Hello and welcome back to the Daniel Federico Show. Jam-packed day of the Olympics once again. The very first official day of the Olympics. Canada winning their first medal today. Gonna recap it all, talk about it. So here we go. In Canadian news, three-time Olympian snowboarder Marietta Odine is unable to compete due to a fractured ankle during a snowboard cross-training session. Also, teammate Tess Critchlow also sustained an injury and has pulled out also. Audrey McManum is Canadians' lone hope in the event now. Tough blow for Canada, but it gets a little worse for Canada as it goes down. Curling didn't go Canada's way. The men's downhill did not go Canada's way. Lucky we have a hockey team that is good, but they got peppered. They were just peppering shots and they were getting robbed, but they did end up winning 4-0. But we're going to talk about all of those in a second. Tough blow for Canada, but let's move on to men's downhill. All right, let's go into the men's downhill final. The home nation Italians made the podium for the first time in these games, capturing silver and bronze. Giovanni Franzoni winning silver with a time of 1 minute and 51.81 seconds. And Dominic Paris winning the bronze medal for Italy. Winning gold was Switzerland's Franjo Vanholmen with a time of 1 minute and 51.61 seconds. The Canadians didn't have the sharpest day in the men's downhill final, with James Crawford coming in 9th, Cameron Alexander in 14th, and Jeffrey Reed finishing in 25th. These guys had a great qualifying run 2 nights ago, and it just wasn't their day. Wasn't the sharpest day. Canadians, downhill. Not successful. But let's move into the speed skating, the women's speed skating. In the women's speed skating 3,000 meter Italian, Francesca Lollobrigida setting an Olympic record on home ice, capturing gold with an impressive time, 3 minutes and 54 seconds. She's the first Italian in this year's Olympic Games to capture gold. Capturing silver was Norway's Regan Wilken with the time of 3 minutes and 56.54 seconds. And a part of the same pair with Wilken capturing Canadians' first medal at the Games was Valerie Mete, capturing bronze in a strong performance with a time of 3 minutes and 56 seconds. Lots of emotion on the podium for Mete in her 5th Olympics 16 years ago. She made her debut in Vancouver 2010 Olympics. Now she finally wins her first individual medal. Special moment. And it happened in Milano Cortina Olympic Games. Congratulations. That is a fantastic effort that she had today. The pairing with her and Wilklin was an unbelievable watch. Congratulations. Hopefully more come your way. But now let's move into the women's free ski slope style qualifiers. Let's take a peep at the women's free ski slope style qualifiers. 2 Canadians have qualified for Monday's final. Naomi Uranus and Megan Oldham are the 2 that qualified. They finished 8th and 9th. They just squeezed into the top 12 to advance. The final will take place on Monday, February 9th at 6:30 a.m. These games have been awesome so far. Honestly, I have no problem with the games and with these matches and these events happening so early in the morning because I'm having an absolute blast doing it. I'm going to be honest. I barely slept the last 2 days because the event started so early, and it's honestly been fantastic. And now I get to talk about it right now. But let's move on to we're gonna do a quick pit stop. We're gonna do a quick pit stop at the skiathon. Let's move on to some medal winners in the skiathon. Winning gold was Sweden's Frida Karlsson, and then capturing silver was another Swede, Iba Andersson. The bronze medal, though, was awarded to another country. Thankfully, Norway's Heidi Wang making the podium. Nice little pit stop on saying who won the medals in that event. Let's move on to the snowboard big air final. We got a couple more medals that we have to announce in the snowboard big air final, an electric snowboard big air final, with two snowboarders from Japan making the podium. Capturing gold was Kia Kimura with an impressive score of 179.50. Yoma Kimata captured the silver medal with 171 points. See the difference right there from the gold medal to the silver medal? And then bronze was from China. Sui Ming won the bronze medal. The lone Canadian Francis Jobin finished 7th in the big air event. It was a tough event. That was a tough event. But having two snowboarders from Japan win the gold and the silver is an awesome thing to see. Congratulations to them. Now we got to move on. We got to move on to some more gold medals we have to talk about here. Ski jumping women's normal hill individual event just wrapped up with Norway's Anna Odenstern winning gold, and Slovakia's Nila Prius will be going home with a silver medal. Closing out the podium was Japan's Nozomi Marua that won bronze. The ski jumping women's was awesome to watch. Great competition. Congratulations to them. But I think it's time we get into, the good stuff on what people really want to talk about and hear about. I know all these events are great, but man, there's hockey to talk about, and there's curling. The mixed doubles curling has been an absolute drama, and then hockey is off to a hot start. All the teams played today, no norovirus, so that's 10 out of 10. So let's take a look at curling. Canada had a day to forget about. The pair dropped both matches today, first losing to Great Britain 7-5. Going into the 6th end, Canada was down 7-2, but in the 6th and 7th end, they tried to make a comeback. But it ultimately fell short. Lots of mistakes from the Canadians this morning, while Great Britain played a near-perfect match with limited mistakes. Limited mistakes wins you games. Wins you matches. In Team Canada's second match of the day, they continue to look sluggish out there as they were down 3-0 after the first end in back-to-back matches now. They also tried to make a comeback, but they were down 6-0 just going into the fourth end. But they brought some momentum back, extending it to the 8th end, but they still lost to Estonia 8-6. Canada has 3 matches left in the mixed doubles round robin action, and if they hope to make it to the medal rounds, they're going to have to most likely win out. I don't see they're going to do. I don't think so. We're going to talk more about the Canadian struggles in a bit, but let's go take a dive at the Americans. It was also a tough day for the Americans as they dropped both matches. First match losing to Great Britain 6-4 in a close one, and then in their second match, Korea steals a tight one, winning 6-5 over the States. The States moved to 4-2 in round robin action. Let's go to the home nation. Italy went 1-1 on the day, losing their first match to Sweden 9-4. And then in the second match, they just squeezed out a win against Norway 6-5, winning in the 8th end. Italy moves to 4-2 on the round robin action also. Now, we were just talking about Great Britain. They're the most unstoppable team in mixed. They're honestly the most unstoppable mixed doubles team in the world right now. Great Britain. After their wins against Canada and the United States, they become the first team to qualify for the medal rounds with a perfect and beautifully clean 7-0 record. Great Britain still has a test coming up on Saturday when they face off against Italy. Their last 3 matches are Italy, Switzerland, and to end round-robin play, they will go up against China. But let's talk about something here. Let's talk about Canada for a second. They started the week off looking unstoppable, But after dropping 3 straight, they were on the outside looking in at the medal rounds. Currently in 5th place with 3 games to go. Their last 3 games will be against a massively tough test against Sweden, Korea, and to end it all off, Switzerland. I think if they have a chance to advance, if they want a chance to advance, they're going to have to win all 3 matchups, all 3 matches. If they beat Sweden and Korea, I think they'll just get squeezed. I think they'll just squeeze in if they just win those 2 matches. But to be safe, they're going to have to win out. And that's what happens when you lose your 3rd straight game. It's not a good look, especially when you're looking unstoppable at the start of the week and ever since they lost that game to the Americans. It's like all confidence just blew up in the Canadians' face, and they've looked terrible. Let's take a closer look at the standings here. Canada in 5th place. They're on the outside looking in. Hopefully they can find a spark. Hopefully they can find a brand new spark and they can start playing like they played a couple days ago when they started the tournament 3-0. And they need the same team back that beat Italy. But right now it's not looking like they're going to find that anytime soon. And then a nice battle right here between the 4-2 record nations of the United States and Italy. Still got a lot of curling left in mixed doubles action. Let's take a look at tomorrow's curling action. We have a lot of good games tomorrow. It's actually and they're so early though, but a lot of good action on Super Bowl Sunday. Should I actually change that from Super Curling action? Super Curling Sunday. They're going to be having to share that with Super Bowl Sunday. But here's my 3 must-watch matches for tomorrow. Sweden versus Canada. Canada needs to win that game. That's a pivotal game for Canada. They need to come out of that game with a result in the win column. And then another game out of the United States going up against Sweden. 2 heavy matches right there. 2 heavy match teams right there competing. And then I have Italy against Great Britain. GB, Great Britain, have already qualified. They're qualified automatically with their 7-0 record, but they're going up against Italy. Italy's back in form in my eyes, even though they did get demolished by Sweden. But I think that's going to be a great game. Those are my 3 matches to watch for tomorrow. It's going to be a great day of curling. But let's move to some women's hockey. A great day for hockey. It was perfect. It was a beautiful day for hockey. It was a full slate, no postponed games. But let's go check in with the Americans. The Americans are going up against Finland. Finland was coming off the norovirus. Hopefully they're all right. They seemed all right. They played this game. But they just did not look prepared. They did not look ready. As the United States destroyed them, dominated them 5-0, and outshot them 49-11. The United States stay undefeated through 2 games. Let's check in with Canada. Canada finally making their debut in the 2026 Winter Games against Switzerland. Canada was peppering Switzerland's goalie, Saskia Moyer, with a bunch of shots. Halfway through the 3rd period, the Switzerland only had 5 shots to Canada's 41. But Moyer kept Switzerland in it, denying, robbing some robbery saves. Robbing Canada many times. If Switzerland just had a little offense, this could have been a whole different game. The game ended 4-0, a shutout for Canada. But you've got to feel bad for Moyer here, Saskia Moyer, because she played a terrific game. When you're facing, I think, 50 shots, and they scored 3 goals on the power play. That's pretty tough. Moyer played a fantastic game. That's my one takeaway from this performance. I don't know if I'm going to be worried about Canada because they did just win 4-0 and they did get 4 by Moyer, the Switzerland goalie. who was playing lights out. But that was a legit performance in between the pipes for the Switzerland goalie. Canada's next game will be on Monday against Czechia. That's going to be a good game. Canada, they looked good out there. It could have easily been a 15-0 game if Moyer was not in between those pipes. Good game by Canada to start 1-0. Hopefully the gold medal journey is right on target. Here are the other games from today. A lot of action. It was a great day. It was a great full slate of women's hockey. Let's take a quick look at how the standings look after every team has finally played a game. Some have 2 games, some have 1 game because of the norovirus postponed games. Actually, I think the only postponed game was Finland and Canada. But now they finally have played. It's going to start shaping up in the next week or so. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the medal account after the official first day of the Olympics. Let me just pop it up 1 second. Awesome day. Awesome day 1 of the Olympics. I'm just going to pop up the medal account here. You guys probably already have it on the screen. Medal count. There you go. Italy had a successful day. The home nation. Italy right now had 1 gold, 1 silver medal, and 1 bronze on the first official day of the Olympics. Japan and Norway also with 3 medals. Canada, China, and Slovakia and Switzerland with 1. And Sweden with 2. I can't wait to see how this shapes up when the next couple of weeks come around. That's how the first medal count looked of these Olympics. Tomorrow is an incredible day for sports. The Olympics on all day. You got the Super Bowl. You got Super Bowl 60 at night. It's going to be one of the greatest Sundays in sports history tomorrow. Gold medal events happening tomorrow are women's downhill mixed relay, men's cross country, figure skating, men's free skate, luge men's single, men's 5K speed skating, and some snowboarding medal events. This has been the Daniel Federico Show. Take care, guys. I will see you guys Monday. Not tomorrow, Monday. Take care, guys. Ciao.